Hello. As a mother, I am extremely concerned about the rapidly increasing number of children and young people experiencing problems with their mental health. One of the reasons this is happening is because of the huge pressures they are under, living in the world at this present time. Children everywhere are becoming more and more frightened and insecure within the instability of the world. I imagine that children even as young as 5 or 6 sometimes quietly worry about their own future and maybe even wonder if the world itself has a future. Older children and teenagers listening to international news undoubtedly experience fears and insecurities escalating hugely when hearing daily headlines of war, killing, violence and crime. The world is in crisis, and so too are our young people. We need to face this, not at some point in the future, but now. We need to face it today. Teenagers and young adults especially are in a very dangerous situation. Their minds are being pushed to the limits as we expect them to cope, process and manage ongoing global crises, one after another, as well as deal with mounting pressures in their own lives. This is too great for them to bear without consequence, and that is why the majority of young people are experiencing levels of stress, anxiety, unhappiness, fear, depression and even hopelessness, all obvious symptoms of declining mental health. Our children are suffering every day, some sadly not even feeling joy anymore. This has to stop. We need to wake up. We need to stop what we are doing and wake up to their reality. Young people are in a mental health crisis all across the world. We are failing our children time and time again. Their needs are not being met. Their lives are no longer safeguarded against potential threats of harm coming at them from many directions of life. We need to wake up before it's too late. Our young people are taking their own lives and getting sick because of the world we have created for them. This is a very critical time. No child should have to suffer or endure negative impacts as a result from poor decisions made recklessly or thoughtlessly by adults. Yet, every day, that is exactly what they have to do because we are dumping these problems continuously at their feet. What can we do? We can change the way we think. It's done easily. Decide to support children's mental health and well-being and start placing children's welfare into the first place. How do we do it? We do it by putting children's mental health to the top of every agenda and decision-making process that goes on at every level, from local all the way up to corporate, business and government. Within our jobs and businesses, we need to ask first and foremost, how will this decision I am about to make affect the health and well-being of children? The answers we reach need to be honest, succinct and given full consideration in relation to all potential consequences and impacts that are likely to occur for children, directly and indirectly on their families, society and environment. In putting children's needs first, we gain a wider perspective, seeing the child in the context of his or her own life. We begin to understand and appreciate how interdependent the child is on family, community and society, and how the child needs all of these to function well in order for him or her to also function well and be in good health. If you ask a child, they will tell you that they also need a clean earth, clean air to breathe, and easy access to ample fresh water. They need global stability in order to live without stress and worry of harm, or fearing their own life or their family's life of being in jeopardy. So, just this simple action alone of prioritising children's needs first will have a huge positive mental health benefit for children. It will show them that we value them as individuals and acknowledge their mental health needs as vitally important, and that we are placing them into priority position in all areas of society. It will represent a step forward towards us ensuring the protection of their rights to good mental health now and in the future too. We also benefit. We become better role models, and in business we become more responsible and conscientious in our decision making, benefiting both employees and growth in our business. When you add up all these benefits, we are in effect contributing and enhancing global peace and stability in a real and positive, effective way. So you see that the benefits are far-reaching for everyone, including society and the planet. To governments, I would say directly that we need to look again at children's mental health needs, rights and welfare in direct relation to society and present current affairs and circumstances, because we know how enormously children's mental health state is affected by the environment they live in. We need to do a lot more to protect the mental health and well-being of the child, and if necessary, bring those who contribute to the poor mental health in children to be held accountable for that. Excuse me. I strongly believe that legislation around children's rights and welfare needs reforming, updating and expanded to reflect the global changing times we are living in and the huge challenges that young people are now facing dealing with their mental health crisis whilst living in a crisis world. We also need to consider their needs not only in issues that directly concern them, like health and education for example, but all across the board, including decisions made about the economy, the environment and everything else that goes on in government and business. In everyday life, how can we appease children's fears and anxieties living in the world? How can we strengthen and support our children in these difficult times? How can we offer them hope and the possibility of a better world, a world of peace? Something that is very effective and easy to do and can be done immediately in hope of reducing children's anxieties and stress concerning global instability is to start talking about peace. Children need to actually know that a peaceful world is possible. In order for them to know that, they need to hear the words being spoken, often by the people around them every day. Peace is possible. 3 little words, but very powerful, positive and hopeful. I do think that a peaceful world is possible in reality. Yes, there will always be conflict and probably always crime, and young people understand this, but resolving our differences by peaceful means is how we show them a good example by talking and working on things and continuing to find peaceful solutions. We need to speak about peace in our everyday conversations, at home, school, shops, university, public transport, social media, cafes, in our jobs, etc., everywhere. It would be fantastic if it became the new buzz word in everyone's chat. Hearing these words, peace is possible. It brings a real sense of hope to us when we hear it. We need that, and children especially do. So if you're not sure how to start a conversation about peace, turn to a friend, a family member, or a work colleague today and say, yes, I really think that peace is possible. And keep that conversation going daily. Infuse it with new ideas, new energy and enthusiasm and positivity. Keep the conversation alive. Keep it going. It also serves as a starting point in addressing the current imbalance of children being far too heavily exposed to negative news stories in the media on a daily basis involving war, killing, violence, crime. So other conversations starters about peace could be, let's talk about peace, or for the sake of our children, let's find a way to peace. What a wonderful what a wonderful sense of hope and strength this will instill in children hearing these words. They deserve it and need it, and we do too. We all play an equal part in the solution for creating and maintaining peace. This is truly empowering when we realise it. For the sake of our children, let's start talking openly about peace, and in a hopeful way, let's decide for peace. When we get our priorities right in life, in government and in business, by putting children's welfare first, and helping young people out of this mental health crisis that they are in, peace will already have started. Peace will be in motion. We've decided for it and we are determined to gain it. This is empowering. Now we can feel positive and powerful, knowing that we are changing things for the better. Every action makes a difference, proven by the laws of cause and effect in physics. Therefore, take heart, knowing that everything we do or say around peace is making a difference. And if many hundreds or thousands of people all did the same, it would add up to a bigger change. For the sake of our children, let's keep peace alive in everyday conversations. And if the slogan, peace is possible, became popular and was posted regularly across social media, this too would have a big impact and a positive influence toward helping us imagine a better and more secure future. I'm standing up for children and their rights because their voices are not being heard. We are all responsible for the state the world is in now and for children's declining mental health. We need to realise this and accept it. Things are at a very critical point for young people and they need our help. It will be a matter of life and death for some, sadly, before this letter is even written. Their lives and well-being are determined by what we do from here. The world is in crisis. We as humanity are standing at a crossroads. I'm asking you for the sake of our children, please put children first. Place their health and welfare into priority position in all areas of life and at every level of decision making, to enable and ensure that choices made will always be for the good of children, their families and the environment. When we get these priorities right, we are laying a foundation for good mental health to flourish in our young people once again. It's never too late. We can start now. For their sake, we need to try. Not just try, we need to do it. And we need to succeed. We only have to decide for this and put our minds to it and do it. It's easy and it's 100% vital for our children's well-being and for creating stability in the world. We all have the power to effect change. Children need us. They are relying on us to help and protect them and lead them. We all want a better world. In recent years we've been misguided and lost our understanding and sensitivity to what's most important: children. It's never too late. We can start now for the sake of our children, putting things right and putting them first, and speaking about peace every chance we get. Thank you.